So, Father Steve Mateus, some of you know Father Steve, used to be here. He's now down in Carlton. So I knew Father Steve long before he went to seminary, and he used to come to Mass at a place I was at, and he would often receive on his knees communion. And then he went to seminary, and he asked one of the priests there, he says, Father, is it wrong for me to receive the Eucharist on my knees? And the priest says, wrong? No. Should you do it? No. Why? Because it's not the posture. The posture in this country is to bow. Just to do a reverent bow. It's not to genuflect. It's not to receive on your knees. It's not to jump up and down and do, like handstands. It's just to bow. It happens here a lot. It happens a lot of churches a lot. People do. That becomes a time now where it's almost like tons of different individual expressions. And no one has access to anybody else's heart. So I would never want to accuse somebody. We should be going to communion on our face, right? But that would take a long time. And it would probably cause a lot of accidents. So I always encourage people, the Lord always talks about the interior of our lives. It's possible to just do a really simple bow, and in doing that, you call no attention to yourself, but interiorly, your disposition to the Lord can be something like, Lord, you know that if I could right now, I would be prostrate on the ground. And I trust that you and you alone see that. And that's my disposition before you. But I'm thrilled that only you see that. Does that make sense to people? Now, let me say something real quick. I'll get you. I'm not supposed to forbid somebody from that by any means. So if someone's on their knees, but I'll often go to them afterwards and just say, especially in a church like this, our floor slopes forward. If you're at a church that's got communion rails, you probably kneel. It's why they're there. We don't have communion rails, and we have an amphitheater-style church which slopes downward. The action of the liturgy is going up, and our church is built to go down, which is not a good image. Nonetheless. So I've seen people trip, I've seen people fall, I've seen people be oblivious to the fact that someone in front of them was kneeling, and so now you got a potential of either spilling the precious blood or knocking over the body of Christ, and it's not the posture. And you can never go wrong being obedient to what it is that the church asks us to do. And the church in this country says to bow, so bow.